Hi everyone, it's Christine from Crafty Relish, and I want to talk to you tonight about how I achieved this whitewashed finish on my door and window frames. This was another, I don't want to say mistake, but I'm going to put some inset pictures. What I originally thought I would do was to accent all the doors with white in these circles and white down these lines. But as you can see in the picture, when I was trying to do that, I didn't have the steadiest hand. So I decided to wipe it off. And when I wiped it off, I noticed that the white stayed in the lines. And I liked that look. And with this dollhouse being an old farmhouse, I thought that that would be the better option for me. So let's show you how we did that. Starting with the door. Well, this is not the door, this is the window frame. All we have to do is, once it's painted the base color you like, we'll just wet our paintbrush, dip it in the white paint. You can do this too, like say you do a lighter color, say this was a beige window and you wanted to antique it a little, you could do it in a brown paint. And we're going to go in the crevices, so I'm kind of going to swirl it around just to make sure that it gets into those lines. Do a little more water, a little more paint, swirl it in. It gets messy, so at least for me it gets messy because I'm a very hands-on person and I really like to use my hands when I work on a project. And then I just use my fingers and I wipe it. I'm not going to wipe with the grain of the line, so I'm not going to wipe with the line. I'm wiping against the line. And as you see, it stays in the line, so you have a nice white line. Now, I have this little scribing tool that you can see in some areas. The white didn't quite get white enough for me. So you just go in, and that's because when I originally painted it with my base color, it filled in the line. So I'll go back in and I'll scrape out some of that base color. And now's a good time to do it because when you painted it over with the whitewash paint, because of the water in the brush, it loosens up that first coat of paint and it makes it really easy to scrape some of that out. So we'll go back over it and then we'll just re-scrape. And as you can see, you get a lot more definition with that. And if you wanted a darker whitewash, you can just go over it again and again until you get the color that you want. So now we'll just go back in. You can see it kind of filling in your crevices for you. Color as little or as much of it as you want, depending on how heavy you want the color. I'm going a little fast, so should be okay. Remember, you want to get your edges. Again, wipe it off. Wipe my finger so that I get some of that paint off. And I have to say, I just really, 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 really like this look. Again, here, I'm not getting quite the fill that I want. So I'm going to scribe out that line a little bit. You can see that it's taking some of that base color paint out when I take the scribe to it. Again, and we'll go back in with the white. And we'll just wipe away. And there you go, much better fill for that. Let's get down at the bottom with our little circles. Didn't get in there enough. and wipe it away. I'll do my edges, make sure that my edges. Nice thing about this too, being a water-based paint, is as soon as you put the water on it, any little smudges or anything will wipe away and you won't have any of those blobs. I'm going to go a little bit more on this because it's just not dark enough for me there. Sometimes I wipe too much. Okay, we'll make sure that the inside frame of the window is done. Get some in there, make sure everything's and then just use your finger. Obviously you can use a sponge or a paper towel or whatever it is you want to use. I just happen to like using my fingers. It's easier. At least for me. Let's get a little bit more over here. Wipe it down. Now I think I'm going to get a little bit more in here with the scribe because it's not quite deep enough for me there either. There you go. All right, let's give that another go. My brush is a little bit too wet too. See what we have there. Sometimes if you put too much water in the paint, it won't be white enough because you've obviously watered it down too much. So let's try this. See what happens here. And like I said, with this, you really can't make a mistake because as soon as you add more water, you can wipe away whatever blob of paint you've gotten on it. There, I think I like that look. So there you go. Now you have your whitewashed. And it looks kind of antique-y, which I think will be perfect for this old style. Well, not old style, but you know, country farmhouse look. Let's get in these little holes again too. There we go. Fills it right up. Really nice look. I think it'll blend really well. There you go. Enjoy.